All right, greetings Preventus members and family. So these are difficult times, but we need to stay active and keep mobile to keep our mental health and our physical well-being up. So we wanted to put together a simple 10 to 15 minute type program that you can do with absolutely zero equipment, just stuff you have around your house, and try and tailor it to all different levels so that anyone can give it a shot. This is presuming that you have sort of no underlying health issues or joint issues. If you do, however, feel free to consult us. We're still available 24/7, 365, and we can give you some tips on how to modify some of these activities. But we're gonna dive right in and have a shot at it and see what you think, all right? So for the first segment of our home program, I want to start out with some warm-up, activation, and mobilization type exercises that kind of wake up some of those lazy muscles that are really deactivated when we're sitting around or we're slouched in front of our devices. So 3 simple actions that you can do without any equipment. First one is called a can opener. So what you're going to do is place one hand across your abdomen, one hand up overhead like so, and then you're going to reach back a little bit and extend and dip forward, just like so. And you'll feel that kind of warming up the muscles in your back, your obliques, your side abdominals, your shoulders. And as you feel more comfortable, you can kind of take it further and really reach across. And then of course, just switch like so and across like that. So it's called a can opener. Next one that we're going to do is a bent over V raise, and it's basically to activate our shoulder blade muscles. They usually are really dormant and quiet when we've been sort of slouched over at a computer. So this one you're going to just lean over a little bit, doing what's called a hip hinge. So hands on the legs, tip over like that, keeping your back straight. You're going to have your arms at your sides, and then you're just going to reach forward like this. So it looks like this, with the arms kind of coming out in a V shape. And then you can also go backwards with that, or you're going to go back with that. So, like so. So keep those going, and that'll basically warm up your shoulders, your upper trapezius and shoulder blade muscles, and some of your lower back as well. And then the last one we're going to do is basically a tuck and a dip exercise that activates the hips and the lower back. So typically the hips are deactivated from sitting a lot. So this one, really simple, but you want to have something you hold on to. So grabbing onto anything that's solid and stationary, you're basically going to tuck one knee in like so, and then you're going to plant that leg and dip. So it's grab and tuck and extend. So you'll feel that working up the hip flexors, the glutes, and inferior lower back. And there you go. We'll start with that. All right, so the next component we're going to cover is cardio. Now you're telling me, but Colin, I can't do cardio at home. I don't have a treadmill. I don't have a bike. There's all different clever ways you can create cardio with just some basic stuff you've got around the house. So what I've done is I basically set up a bench here about 7 yards apart from another bench, so you can set up whatever you want. It could be a chair. I put a little hand sanitizer bottle here. Whatever you need to sort of delineate that distance. And 7 yards is basically walking out 7 big footsteps across. You don't need measuring tape. And then we're going to do a shuttle sprint. So just like you may have done in high school when you got fitness tested, you're basically going to come to one side here, dip down, touch, or squirt, if you will, and then you're going to run to the other side, touch, and go back and forth. And so obviously you can do this at your own pace. You can turn it into more of a sprint and really get a lot out of it, or you can ease into it. Kind of just let your own fitness level be your guide, and that is a shuttle sprint. So we can also do a lateral shuffle, where we basically go side to side. Just kind of uses more of the outer hips and the groin. So same idea, touch down here, touch, side to side, just like that. You don't have to hop, you can just walk. And just kind of get your heart rate up. I can already feel my heart rate up. So really simple ways you can get your heart rate up. Next one I'm gonna do is skipping, but I don't have a skipping rope. Well, no problem. I can't really skip anyway, so I like to do this one. Just pretend you've got a skipping rope, and off you go. You can do some double tucks. And the beauty of this is you never make a mistake. So you can count to 100. We'll give you some specific prescription of how much to do, but you can sort of create all kinds of increased heart rate with just those simple movements and zero equipment. So as you can tell, I'm already breathing hard, so it's working. All right, for our next series, we're going to get into some resistance training exercises. Again, you're not going to need anything specific for this. Sure, you can do push-ups, and we can go through push-ups on another video, but a lot of people are probably already doing push-ups because it's the most easily, readily accessible exercise that people can think of. But I want to target muscles in the posterior or the back. So I want to target the muscles in the lats, the lower back area, and in the shoulder blades, all those muscles that are really kind of deactivated and weakened from sitting around not doing too much. So all you're going to need for this one is just a basic shower towel, and you just want to kind of lengthen it out into this position here. You're going to grip it at shoulder width or slightly wider, and you're going to do a row with this. So I'm going to show you 3 variations. This is the easiest variation you can do. You're going to be seated anywhere, couch, chair, and basically you're going to lean over, keeping a flat back. You're going to hold the towel out in front, and then you're going to pull in towards you. Now you're thinking this isn't going to do anything, but if you actually pull against the towel and try and stretch it out as you're drawing in, you will feel that working. You'll feel your lats working, you'll feel your shoulders, you'll feel your biceps, and you can you get what you put into it. So if you keep pulling on this, you'll really get a nice waking up of those muscles in the back and the shoulders. Another variation of that is, so that would be sort of the easiest one. Next one would be basically just standing, holding it straight out in front of you, like so. Same idea, a little bit wider than shoulder width, and then you're going to pull in towards you and draw back and down. So you want to think of pulling your shoulder blades down and back and squeezing it, and kind of all the while still pulling on that towel and creating that resistance so you can feel those muscles lighting up. Okay, so that's the upright version, that's kind of the intermediate. And then the next one is a full bent over row. So now you're going to basically hip hinge like we did in the warm-up section. You're going to lean over at the hips, kind of sticking your butt out, keep your back flat, about 45 degrees, same idea, straight out in front, and then you're going to pull in while you're holding this position here. Really important that you keep your abdominals tight and you don't sort of arch your back as you come up, or else you might jar your back. So squeeze your abdominals as you're drawing the towel in and keep pulling on that towel. All right, there we go. For our next series, we're going to look at working the muscles of the glutes, the lower back, and the rear shoulders. So this one's called the Superman, and I'll go through all the different variations with you. So we'll start off first just lying down. You don't have to have a mat, even like a yoga mat would be nice, but even if you have just a soft carpet you can lie on, or even your bed will be fine. So basically just lying on your stomach. And the first thing you want to do is just test to see if this position feels safe for you. So a good way to do that is just, once you're lying down, try lifting one arm, the other arm, try lifting one arm, one leg. Now opposite, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. If you have any back pain or anything that feels dodgy there, maybe this one's not for you. But if you're fine, then you're good to go. So the first one will be an opposite arm and leg raise. You'll bring your right arm up and your left leg up. Right away you'll feel your left glute working and your right shoulders working to hold this position, as well as your lower back. And then alternate. And just like a second or two at the top, just to emphasize that contraction. Make sure you're feeling the right muscles. Just like so. The next variation, so that would be the beginner, this would be intermediate, would be to go with both arms and both legs coming in. So basically like that, little hold, and then back down. Right away you'll feel your butt and your lower back working, and it feels awesome. It feels like you're flying. And then the last one is quite challenging. We'll take our trusty towel from the last series, and basically we're going to do that same thing with the arms and legs, and now you're going to go towards you as well, trying to pull the towel apart. So now you're using all kinds of muscles in your shoulders, upper back, lower back, and glutes, and you're tackling a lot of real estate here with this one. All right, so a great series that you can do for your pretty much entire lower body with, again, no equipment, just like a couch or a chair, is some get-up squats. So the 3 variations I'm going to show you here. First one is just seated on the bench or the couch or the chair, what have you. You're going to place your hands on your thighs, keep yourself nice and tall, and then you're going to push straight up off the bench or couch, and then back down to seated position. like so. What you don't want to do is kind of stoop like that, because now you've basically taken all those good postural muscles out of it and you've lost your form. So you want to keep your back straight and your chest up, and that's how the hands do that. They kind of keep you in that upright position. So that's the first level. Next level is to not actually sit, is just to do a touch. So basically coming down, reach with your butt towards the chair or the couch. Just feel it, contact briefly, hands on the thighs, and then pushing straight back up. So now you're gonna really feel, that's gonna load your quads more. You might feel a little bit through your hamstrings and glutes, and you're gonna feel that really in through the whole lower body. So that's the intermediate level. And then the last level is a big jump. It's kind of a single leg get up. So now you're gonna take one leg out of it. You're gonna be on that leg down, and then you're gonna push straight up, and then come down seated. And you don't have to do the full meal deal like I'm doing here with the leg up the whole time. You can kind of touch down a little bit and give a little bit of assistance just as you get used to these, because these are super challenging, involve a lot of strength in your quads and in your glutes. But you'll definitely get a lot of value out of that with only your body weight as resistance. So now we've reached the final series in our home workout program. I hope you guys have hung in there and have made it through everything okay so far. So this one we're going to work our core musculature. So those are those deep abdominal muscles that stabilize or brace the spine against the pelvis. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you understand how to tense your core muscles. So usually I have people just take their fingers, kind of poke beneath their ribs, and if they cough, you'll feel those muscles jumping out underneath your fingertips. What you want to be able to do is then brace those muscles without having to cough all the time, and bear down and feel that tension as you're doing this exercise. So make sure you have that component mastered before you do this. So I'm gonna have you set up just underneath, or not underneath the couch, but by a couch, just at the foot of the couch, so you can reach under and grab the base of the couch. You can have a mat or just a soft carpet is fine with this one. So you'll set up like so. You'll reach underneath the couch, make sure you got a good grip. You're going to brace those muscles like we talked about, so tense, hold, and then you're going to have your legs up. The first level, I'm just going to have you do a bent leg version. So just like so, extend one leg out, touch down with your heel, and then alternate. And the key here is to not let this open up. You don't want to be arching your back and opening up like that. You want to have everything braced and flattened and tight while you're doing these leg drops. So just like so, that's level one. Level two is then go straight leg, take it down, keep bracing your abdomen, alternate, just like so. And if you can do that and there's no pain, that's great. You should just feel your abdominals working. As you feel your abdominals fatigue, you might start to notice your back a little bit. That's okay as long as it's not a sharp pain or anything. It's just those muscles working, but you don't want to push it much further than that. And then the last one basically goes straight leg, drop, and then you're going to do a hip thrust like that, and then alternate. Hip thrust, straight leg drop. All the while keeping that tension and bracing of your core, making sure your back isn't feeling any pain. And you'll definitely feel those abs burning. You'll kind of be targeting all the abdominal muscles with this series. All right, there you go. All right, folks, so there you have it. Your basic home program kind of covers everything. A lot of the muscles that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do at home without a lot of equipment. We've basically broached that a lot with some of the stuff you have just around your house and some ingenuity. Encourage you to do this kind of every other day if you can, and really just to kind of get that blood flow going. It's good for your mind, it's good for your body. It helped release some of the stress and anxiety that's going on with this crazy situation that we're going through. And just to keep moving and to keep active so that you can keep some sort of baseline fitness level up will go a long way, especially when we get out of this whole crazy pandemic thing. We can get back to our normal life. You'll have a body and a mind and just a well-being that will carry on with life back to normal again. So hope you enjoyed that, and we hope to provide more later on in future newsletters. Take care.